Hi, this is Hi Bob Poor Bob, and we're about to play some Ultimate General Civil War.
Hello, and welcome back. Today we are going to be playing another episode of Ultimate General Civil War, and this time we are playing the first half, all of the second run of Rio Hill, because why not, right? So I played this a bunch of different times, did a bunch of different things, and finally decided on a new strategy. This is something I had not tried before this, and that was running my cavalry up and around and then down instead of running it out and up. So I did get seen for a second, but for the most part, it went very well. And then I was able to get them to go ahead and come this way, which was perfect. This is exactly what I wanted out of the cavalry there. They did get a little bit of a shot, I think, on my guy, didn't they? No? I thought they got a shot on my supply wagon at some point, but I guess it's not this point. It's a little bit later. But, I mean, that was perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. We wanted to get seen over here. We wanted to have people interested over there instead of over here. We were able to sneak up on that artillery from behind and get it pretty well wiped out. Look at that. Just flying through the numbers there. There's where they took the shot. So we needed to get... So I also split my cavalry, if you didn't notice. I split the cavalry in between the two spots. I noticed that, for the most part, I only needed one unit of cavalry to take out a artillery unit. Two was just overkill. For the most part, I didn't need two. I just needed one. They just completely demolish an artillery unit. So we go ahead. I was going to keep them turning, but then I decided to go ahead and charge them. We took 7 losses there. 8 losses from the... and then I missed whenever this guy actually stopped being in melee, but got there pretty soon after and was able to keep him from taking any real shots there, which is basically all you can ask for. Here, I also found at some point, I don't know exactly when, so yeah, they had only taken 24 losses there before we took out the... Only a second ago, they had taken 24 losses before we really finished up the melee, so I don't know how many more losses they're going to take, but it's probably not too many. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's only 24. 24 losses? 14? That's 14 losses. Yeah, that's right. So, very few losses there. That was very well done. I'm really happy about that. They did take a volley, but they took it while they were basically in that house, and that house gives them basically 100% cover. So I'm not too sad about it. And we also fired at them with the other unit, so they might have been technically counted as flashing instead of counted as actually... Oh yeah, we captured supply wagon. Instead of counting as like doing a full volley, they might have only done like partial volleys or something. I'm a little bit sad about their general there. I really wanted to get a hold of their artillery there, and instead I go after their general because I thought I could just get a hold of him, get him wiped out, get unseen, and then sneak up behind their artillery, and that obviously didn't happen nearly as smoothly as I wanted it to. We do get shot a couple times in the back with artillery and other things, so I'm a little bit disappointed that we didn't do that a little bit cleaner job there. So yeah, we take 10 losses there from artillery to the back, it looks like. No, it's even more than that. So yeah, we took quite a few losses, but we did find a second supply wagon, so I guess all's well that ends well. So we captured 2 supply wagons, pretty much completely full on both of them. We're able to wipe out their general there in the corner. And we've got all our guys over here. It's all working really well. We're just going to use these 3 units to go ahead and sweep through the woods up there and make sure that we wipe out all of them. We're going to use these guys to try to take out the artillery that's left. If you didn't notice, I did not bring any snipers to this. which is a little bit weird for me. I'm not going to lie. I didn't really know how this was going to turn out without snipers. It was weird not having snipers here, seeing as we're facing so many snipers and things like that. But the fact that you can get the guy in the south to get hidden in the trees there means that guys keep walking forward and getting shot, and it works out really well. Even the snipers can't see him very well in there for some reason this time. I think it's partly because I was able to run them off of the ledge there up where he is. A lot of the times they'll be up there on the other side of the river and just keep coming back and forth. So here I'm looking, I miscalculate. I thought that their other artillery unit would be to the north, and it wasn't. It was actually more to the south. So I do make that mistake, but we still do a great job of getting that unit wiped out there. I should have not been quite so aggressive, sweeping around so far to the north and then all the way down to the south. I should have just gone for the one I could see probably and not been so greedy. I was hoping to be able to take them both out there, and that obviously did not happen quite like I wanted it to. But overall, it turned out really well. They've only got one unit of artillery left. We've taken both of their supply wagons. Took out at least one general. I think it's just one general that we've taken out so far. This was kind of a problem here. We took a few shots here. But really, it didn't cause all that many casualties. We shatter another unit, which is good. Overall, so far, we've probably only lost a few hundred men. And 100 of those are cavalry over there. So far, it's going pretty well. We've lost, 50 men on that unit, few on that unit. But for the most part, very few men have been lost. 100 men there, 100 men there. So yeah. Maybe a total like 400 men total lost so far. And we've definitely been taking out a lot more than we've lost. And we get seen there, so I'm a little bit worried, I think. So I'll go ahead and tell them to go south a little bit before we come back in, because I'm thinking probably got seen somewhere. Yep, there he is. So we go ahead and run away from that, because obviously we don't want to get shot any more than we have to. It's not a whole lot of fun to get shot at. We try to do the shooting instead of getting shot. But yeah, being able to get him down to only having one artillery unit is huge, I think. Gary is like exhausted up there. I shouldn't have ran him quite so much. So I'm moving up the supply wagon there to try to draw men in, because all of my infantry units are getting unseen. Well, if they're unseen, they'll charge in at my supply wagon. He falls back just a couple of steps. They attack, and everything works out good for me. We are getting seen with our cav units a little bit more than I would have liked. But for the most part, it's going all right with the cav. After the beginning, wiping out 3 units of artillery out of 4, it's hard to top that. So that's just kind of the way that is going to go. We let Gary rest for a while. He got up a little bit of his condition, which is good. So we don't want to be seen. So we're going to fall back a little bit here and hopefully get a little bit less seen if possible. I think that's what we're aiming for there. Yeah. Uh-oh. One of my guys is running off into La La Land over there. Yep, Hampton running off. Which is fine. We'll get it worked out. We got unseen down there again, so that's looking good. Shooting them while they're in the water is good, but shooting them while you're unseen and they have to cross water to get to you is even better, because then you can step forward, shoot them, and then they have to run back forever to get out of sight. and that can be really helpful, especially for the other unit over there, the one in the forest down to the south below the tributary. He really thrives on getting kills on men that step up to shoot at the other guys. For some reason, they have a hard time seeing him there, and on top of that, he also just has really good, like, can really shoot pretty well at a lot of targets there. And as soon as they fall back from there, then he gets unseen again, and the snipers and stuff will move up to try to regain vision on him, and he just completely destroys snipers, obviously. So I saw the guy there, so I decided to go ahead and take them out, because, I mean, we are melee cav versus non-melee cav. I think, I hear a charge, and I see that I'm not hidden, so I know that there's a skirmisher unit coming after me. That's the reason why I didn't go for the kill on the artillery there. I saw this guy firing at my guys from pretty far away, so what I did is I went ahead and moved forward to go ahead and get some shots on him while he's standing out there in the water. Worked pretty well. We got pretty good shots on him. So far my cav have done, what, 1 cav unit kill and 3 artillery. And I think they'll get the next artillery here pretty soon. I'm not sure when they get it, but I'm pretty sure they get it pretty soon here. I don't know if they kill anything else besides that. Still, it's pretty good. The cav definitely hold their value here, I think, just because of how quickly they can kill things and how they can move around so fast. Really helps with that. Let's see, are we going to get back to the cav unit? I'm really curious about whether or not we kill the other artillery now. I think that I'm thinking that all those guys are falling back, but I just broke them all, so we should be fine, right? No. Okay, so yeah, it is that I'm saying there's not enough units forward, but I hear them start charging whenever I move my supply wagon forward, so then I know that I'm probably in the free and clear. Charge in there and wipe them out really fast and then get out. Look at that, 471 each. So we did take almost, what is that, 80 casualties each plus a little, and then we keep them interested over there with our supply wagon to keep them from trying anything with our, yeah, I cheat a little bit there, I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, it's just once, it's fine. So now we're basically playing easy mode. They have no artillery. We don't have any artillery, but we don't need it anyway. And they've just been charging across this river over and over again, and we keep getting good shots on them. So, and yes, I'm using some machine gun skirmishers. I'm sorry. I like to do that sometimes, especially whenever I'm up against this kind of nonsense. They have so many units here, it's just ridiculous. So now we just have to be careful and make sure not to let them do anything crazy to us. We want to keep just moving forward the supply wagon, getting somebody to charge in, and repeat over and over again. Because right now we're not taking any losses, basically, and we're able to take out large portions of their men. I'm pointing out that they are sitting on that vision spot up there, which worries me a little bit. My supply wagon is unseen. There it is. Now it's seen. So we want to keep getting it seen. I'm wondering why that infantry unit was seen. I was thinking that there might be a unit there, and then suddenly he got unseen, which was weird. I was thinking that there would be somebody there that was getting sight on me, but there wasn't. And now they do go ahead and run forward there, and we go ahead and wipe them out. I'm pointing out that there's still a unit up there on that flag, and I'm just like, I don't know why there is. So now I'm moving in to go ahead and get kills on that unit that just retreated. I don't know if there's going to be other units there, but I figured there wasn't because of other things. Just part of it was just a feeling that at this point there was too many men that I'd killed, and also I was crossing with the other guys, so either my cav was going to take a hit or they were, and if they took the hit, then my cav would be right behind, or they might turn around to try to face my cav and get shot from behind. So I figured that it was kind of a no matter what, I would win kind of situation, and they got there like at the perfect time too. I really feel that that was pretty well timed on my part. Now this part, not so much. Should not have moved forward quite so much with those guys in the forest in the center there. Well, not this far, but in a little bit I'm going to move forward a little bit more than I probably should have. But it keeps their attention and keeps them from focusing on other things, so maybe it works out all right. So once again, I am using my unit of the general's unit to just kind of spot around and see what's around, and maybe even get somebody to charge and things like that, bait people into spots where they shouldn't be and things like that. It oftentimes can work pretty well to get guys to places where they really shouldn't be trying to go. So now we're just kind of moving up, moving around, making sure that we get into the right positions. And then here's where I try to cross. Should not have tried to cross yet. I don't think that was the right idea. I think that I should have waited quite a bit longer before I cross. Oh wait, I didn't cross yet. Okay. Snipers. Lovely. I think that's what convinces me to go ahead and move down there, was the snipers, trying to get a hold of the snipers. And I thought that he was alone, and he was not. Do a good job of getting a good hit on him. Let's see, do we just keep going after him? I can't remember whenever I started just going after him. Yep, there we go. So he shatters, and I'm like, oh yeah, we're good. And then another one pops up, and I'm like, oh, that's not so good. And then I'm like, well, maybe I can do it. Like, oh, I can move that guy forward, and maybe he'll come down the hill and help out. And the moral of this story is the fact that they always have more units. Like, it's just ridiculous how many units they get here. It is just insane. I don't know how many it is total, but it is way more than they should. Let's just go with that. See, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see 8 units. I know I saw cavalry run down south. So they have at least 8 units still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably like 10 units still, even after all of this. And this part is amazing. I'm not going to lie. I was super surprised by this. I did not expect this to happen. This never happens here. I never get captures here. But this time, because of everything going on, I'm able to capture not just one unit or one little unit or something like that. I actually captured 3 units there, which was really quite surprising to me. Of course, personally, I think this guy should have surrendered too, but I guess he can do whatever he wants to. Like, come back from routing just in time to get a shot off on my cav. Sounds fair. If not fair, then it sounds like the reality of what actually happens. So, the truth of the matter in this battle is it lasts till like forever. Something like 2100 or something, I think. So, obviously, we have to use up all that time, right? Like, we can't just end it at the end. Like, we got to make sure and use up all that time. So what are we going to do? We're going to run in circles. As always. I mean, are you kidding? What else do we do? I definitely overrun them, though. Like, I think I run them way past the amount that would be taken to actually get them to max. So that guy is just going to stand out there for basically the rest of the match. It's pretty amazing. And we're going to move up here, take out this last cav unit, and I believe that's pretty much the end until... Let's see. Oh yeah, it takes a little bit longer to run down this cav unit than I was expecting. Been playing this at like triple speed, and it still takes a while to run through everything that happens. And I don't want to get into it with my cavalry there, because I'd rather save my cavalry. Rather not lose any more cavalry than I have to. So I think he just shot us a little bit there, which is a little bit angering. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit mad about that. I'm ready for him to just be gone. There we go. Finally shattered him. So now we move back down here. I think that pretty soon we should just be done. And skip over to basically the end. I don't know how close that is, though. So I have been saving it every hour on the hour for a while to figure out exactly what time this map actually ends, and it is 2100. So all you have to do is just wait till then, and there we go. Should be able to finish them off right here. Just keep everybody walking for whatever time they've got left. It's not going to be very much time, but might as well. Okay. These guys should be able to get in there. And finish them off. Maybe we'll get a capture even. We got a capture. Yes. Okay. So there's our losses. This is actually decent. Like, I have worked so hard to finally go ahead and get a good run that's under... I really wanted like 1,500 or less losses on the infantry, and it worked out pretty close to that. So I'm okay with that. I'm also okay with the fact that we captured like 3 or 4 units of skirmishers, and then on top of that we also captured some of their supplies. Pretty much both supply wagons almost completely full. We got 8 20-pounder parrots. That's really nice. And everything else is just stuff. We don't really use most of the rest of it, but it's good to have. Look at that. We got our next major... No, our next lieutenant general. I think that's our 3rd now. So that's exciting. And then we have a few brigadiers that got up promoted, which is great. We had great kills on our 2 melee cav. We really used those super effectively. It was a challenge, to say the least, to get those guys in a position where they could excel, just because all it takes is one shot. So you just kind of have to move in, see if they see you, and fall back, and then just keep doing that until you finally get unseen whenever you move in, and you know that you're good to go there. Let's look at our losses. So our losses: 290, 259, 193. This is a little bit high for somebody that didn't get very many kills, but there's a couple mistakes that I made in some places that I could have done a lot better and caused me some extra casualties. But overall, not a bad run. Could have been better, but That's true of anything. But we are going to get actually the full 1,000 men for having captures, which is great. So yeah, we got 2,100 men plus 1,000, so we've got 3,100, and we got a good amount of money, along with the 10 grand that we got for capturing the supply wagons. I think that this went well enough to go ahead and accept as a run here, because after medicine of 20%, my losses really weren't that bad. So I forgot to actually pause it and look at it and put it in the spreadsheet. So I went ahead and went back and just fought it one more time real quick, just to go ahead and see what the results were here, so I could go ahead and get them put in so you guys could see them during the actual video before I went ahead and stopped it. 21,100 men that I brought in. They brought in 14,827. We lost 1,603 total, and after medicine it was 1,282. So that's really good. And then we have our what we captured and killed, and ended up in this one with medicine 8.7 to 1, 8.8 to 1, and 7 without medicine, 7 to 1, which is pretty good. You can go look at what other people have done real quick here, and we're going with Rio Hill. Let's go ahead and expand that out just a little bit more. So looking at 2,900 losses, so not much different than ours whenever you take into account medicine. We did get a full wipe on them, so we did kill all 11,000, I think, men, and we did quite a bit better on our kill to death ratio than anybody else. Wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. Is that right? 7 to 1. I mean, I guess just getting 1,200 more kills than other people really racks up the amount of kill to death ratio you get, because it's not a whole lot of kills. So just getting 1,100 more kills and getting 300 fewer losses gets you almost double the kill to death ratio? That seems weird. Math seems weird there. .4. One second, I'm gonna pause this. So I just did the math, and it works out to be right on both accounts, which is weird. Like, just 300 fewer losses here, and 1,000 more kills there, and suddenly you get double the kill to death ratio. Small amounts can make a huge difference. And then, of course, and then the next 400 losses that I get don't affect it that much. Don't really change it that much. I think it's all about the number of kills, because the number of kills is so low in this match that anytime you can get more kills, you just rocket up in the number in the kill to death ratio count. And there was a couple times that we took some losses on our cavalry that we shouldn't have, that was my fault. At least 50 men, I think, died just because I left them sitting someplace and didn't check in on them fast enough and see that they were seen and then pull them back before they got shot. But overall, I mean, this was a great battle, and I had a great time. I'm sorry if I put out the other video and it seemed a little bit off-putting, because I was really angry at it. You guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next one.